All right, what's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? You already know who it is. It's your girl. You know your favorite girl from the 504 baby. Oh, good, y'all. Happy Wednesday. It is hump day. Y'all, we are just 2 days away from the weekend. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm ready. I'm tired. But unfortunately, well, I won't even say unfortunately because I do have my speaking engagement on Friday here in Houston. Um, Shining light on domestic violence as well as mental health. So I'm really, 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 truly excited about that. Um, and y'all already know, like I'm really trying to make big, big, big moves with Black Girl Interrupted. So anytime I'm offered or extended an opportunity, y'all already know I'm gonna take advantage of that. Cause baby, let me tell y'all, Black Girl Interrupted is gonna be a household name. And I'm putting money on that. But anyway, y'all, I'm just like not even here we go. Y'all pray for your girl. Like I'm really trying to get it together. Look, I gotta change the colors. Y'all, I have been really busy today. Like when I tell you today has definitely been a day. Life has definitely been lifing, but I said I'm not gonna allow the devil to come in and take my energy. So y'all already know what I do before I even get started. Y'all already know I do my mental health check-ins. So and guess what, y'all? So I was on point today because I do have I'm gonna get back to showing my inspirational videos that I do at the start of every show. Just to encourage somebody to keep someone motivated. Because again, you never know what a person is going through. You don't know um what storm a person is standing in the midst of, and just letting a person know that you care, that you're thinking about them, really does help make a difference. So before we even jump into tonight's conversation, y'all already know what I do. Don't forget, drop in the comments, let me know how you're feeling today. Again, I always do my mental health check-ins, y'all know that. But here we go, and then we're going to jump into tonight's show.
Life is not easy at all. There's going to be challenges. You're going to get beat down. That's the way life is.
You sort of put a mask on your face and you go home and lay in your bed when no one's looking at you, and you don't have to impress anybody, and you're yourself. And fear comes in. Maybe you don't know for sure what's going to be happening in the future, and it scares you. Just that fear paralyzes you. And I just want to ask you today, do you think you have hope?
At some point, everything's going to go south on you. Everything's going to go south, and you're going to say, this is it. This is how I end. Now, you can either accept that, or you can get to work. That's all it is. You just begin. You do the math. You solve one problem, and you solve the next one.
And it doesn't matter how you get knocked down in life, because that's going to happen. All that matters is that you got to get up.
You have to get up.
Whatever experience you're having right now, it has not come to stay. It has come to pass. Sometimes you have to just back up and go within yourself and pray and meditate and recharge your batteries. Go away, clear your head, and then come back and look at it from a different vantage point. Don't operate while you are under the spell or the effect of what's going on. Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. If you don't discipline and contain your emotions, they will use you. You don't have to force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, to be depressed, to beat yourself up over the head, to feel loaded with guilt. You don't have to make any effort to do that. Your mind is on automatic. It will do that by itself. But if you want to begin to move into your own personal greatness, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm coming back.
You ask me, bro, what do you want? Man, I want to be diamond. Tell me something I don't know. Everybody wants it. But the raw reality of it is everybody don't get it. And the crazy thing is, if you want it, you can get it. It's not like somebody is stopping you holding the gun to your head and telling you you can't get it. It's a matter of will. It's a matter of hard work. It's a matter of sacrifice. It's a matter of dedication. It's a matter of commitment.
The difference is not the genetic code, the potential. It's a guy that's willing to get knocked down, finally tested on fortitude, stand back up, the perseverance to see it through, the never say die attitude.
We know the battle ahead. We know the journey ahead is going to get tough. We know we're going to face obstacles. We know it's going to be some discomfort. We know they're going to try to break us. We know they're coming for us. We know that's going to happen already. So let's make up in our minds before the battle that we're going to be victorious.
Don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain. You already hurt. Get a reward from it. At the end of pain is success. You're not going to die because you're feeling a little pain.
You tell yourself, I won't give up. When that depression hits you, come out of nowhere, you tell yourself, I won't give up.
There's no guarantee that because somebody is now down on their luck, they can never come back. Who can guarantee that you can't make it? That you can't have your dream? Who can guarantee that you can't do what you want to do? No one can do that. No one can predict that. You don't know what the possibilities are for your life.
Because if you're willing to go through all the battling you got to go through to get to where you want to get, who's got the right to stop you? It's your right to listen to your gut. It ain't nobody's right to say no after you earn the right to be where you want to be and do what you want to do.
All we need to do is we look at our dreams. As we get ready to hit the floor, I'm blessed and highly favored.
I don't care if you sick. I don't care what you're going through. If you not dead, he ain't through with you yet. As long as you waking up, you still in the game. As long as you alive, you can still make it happen. As long as that breath in your nostrils move, you still in the game. You still can win. Now get your butt up.
Oh goodness, it feels so good to start back showing those videos because again, those videos, you don't know who you're helping. Um, and in the midst of my storm, those videos help to encourage me at the same time. So again, y'all know before I do any show, y'all know I always do my mental health check-in because again, I need to know how you're feeling. You know, there are so many people that suffer in silence, and we fail to even check on those people until it's too late. And then it's coulda, shoulda, woulda. So I challenge everyone, take a minute or 2 minutes out of your day, send someone a text, just let them know that you're thinking about them, you love them, encourage them to have a good day, leave something positive and inspirational because you never know what that would do to a person's day. You never know how that would help to encourage the change of a mindset of a person that may feel like they're lost and they don't have anybody. So I just encourage that. I challenge that. As again, y'all know, I share my story with you guys. I let you guys know what I go through daily. Um, but I will say these last few days have been good for me. You know, last night, um, and of course, I really don't just kind of be on TikTok like I used to. But last night, I got to interact with some of the most amazing people. We had beautiful conversations. Y'all know me, I'm a big crybaby. So some of the conversations that we were having last night, it really touched me and it allowed me to not only just be transparent, but to help someone that may not know what to do. So salute to my newfound um, circle of people that I have interacted with on TikTok. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. But we about to jump into tonight's conversation because I really want to dead this topic. This has been going on. This conversation has been going on 3-4 days now. And I really want to dead this topic. But y'all gotta let your girl be great. Every time I tell y'all I'm talking about something, y'all be hitting me up, be like, Ashley, you gotta talk about this, you gotta talk about this, you gotta talk about this. So going for I'm no longer changing episodes. Whatever episode that I posted, that's what the conversation is gonna be. Unless you know it's unless it's just something that we really, 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 really truly have to talk about. So my sister says, hey sis, you know I do not know how girl, I don't know how to do them fingers, but heart to you. Whatever. Y'all know I don't know how to do all that. Jules says these last 3 months are the worst months for me. But so far, by the grace of God, I'm doing okay. And I know. But like I tell you all the time, sister, you're not built to break. God will always take you through the most uncomfortable season of your life in order to get you comfortable. But the strength and resilience that you have, you're going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. And you know what, sister? You don't have to thank me for checking on you last night because that's what sisters do. Anytime I feel something is off, and that goes, um, I need to reach out. I need to know what's going on. Um, Again, like I explained to you, um, I know that this time of the year for you is difficult. And I really feel like, and I express this to someone else. If I know what you're going through and I don't reach out to check on you, I feel like I have failed you, not only as a friend, but as my sister. So um, I'm coming out of my comfort zone. I'm coming out of my cocoon to ensure that I check on everybody, that I make sure everyone is doing good. So you're more than welcome. I love you. Um, and that's exactly why we're in each other's lives. We're here for purposes, but you're more than welcome. And I'm glad to have heard your voice. Um, things will get better for you. I promise you. I promise you. It may look dark right now, but it's gonna get better. I wholeheartedly believe that. But I love you though. I promise I do. I love you with every heart, every fiber of my being. I really truly do. And that goes out to anybody that's in the midst of their storm, anyone that has encountered multiple trials and tribulations. Just know it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. Huh. Oh, my brother is here. Let me add my brother onto the stage. There, really, brother.
What up? What up?
Really, Bubba.
What's up?
So you knew that so you knew that I was wearing red. You
No,
pull
I
up
did.
with your red on tonight.
I really didn't know. I didn't know.
I can't hear you.
Oh shit. Can you hear me now? Nope. I'll be back.
I don't know if it's me or I don't know. I can't hear you, Bubba. My brother must have knew it was red tonight. He must have knew that we was all red, everything. Okay, so he's gonna go out and come back in. I told y'all these technical difficulties is a mug, baby. But you know what? That don't be nobody. Let me say this: that don't be nobody but the devil. They be trying to stop the messages that we try to put out in the universe. That's who that is. That's nobody but the devil. That's who that is. So as we wait for Big Brother Will to come on and jump back into the conversation, so I am starting. Let me see. Okay, let me get Bubba back on here.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know why I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I don't know why I can't hear you. Let's see. Let me go in here. I don't know why it's.
Hold on a second.
Okay, let's see. I don't know. Like I say, y'all, the devil is really, truly busy. Every time we get on here and we try to deliver some positive information to the world, like they just do not allow us to be great. I promise they don't. So we waiting on Big Brother Will, who is the host of the Black Milled podcast. Let me go back in. I don't know why I can't hear you. This is crazy.
I don't know why either.
I don't know why I can't hear you. That's the devil. I'm telling. I know that's what that is. Anytime we try to get on here to deliver some positive information or have beautiful dialogue, positive conversations, the devil always tries to step in and intercept. I don't know why.
Can you hear me?
Mm-mm. Is it me? Wait a minute. Let me try this way. Hold on. Let me try this. Can you still hear me?
100%.
I don't know why I can't hear you.
I just get in the comments.
Big brother Jules say go out, and he did that. He went out and came back in. I don't know why. Hold on. This is crazy. I don't know why.
Testing 1, 2.
Wait. This
Testing
is
1, 2.
crazy. I don't know why I can't hear him.
Yeah.
Is it some? Are you on mute over there? Your computer, is it on mute? Are you on your cell phone?
Yep.
I wonder if that's why. Let's see. I'm gonna try something else. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
100%.
I can hear you 100%. We're just gonna do it this way. That's cool. Anyway, all right, y'all. Let me. Okay, I can hear you real good. It could be. I don't know why it's the StreamYard. It does one thing and then it be something different. But anyway, tonight's conversation, brother, is just they can hear you now. They say they can hear you now.
Cool.
Cool. I think that's what it is. I just couldn't hear you on my end, but it's cool. We good. All right. So, brother, I'm picking up on last night's conversation because I hear there's been some updates with regards to the young lady. So, for those that don't know, so tonight's conversation, we are talking about, are Black women really protected? I got petty. Do you see what it says, brother?
Mm-hmm.
Brick edition.
The brick edition.
All right, y'all. So here we go. So was this on I want to say, so Saturday here in Houston, there was a young lady who was allegedly bust across the head with a brick for allegedly not giving a man her phone number. This conversation has gone on now for the last 4 days. 4 days. And these topics, these conversations always seem to pit Black women against Black men. I'm sick of it. I'm going to speak on it tonight, and I'm dead in the conversation. Because there has been some updates, because this young lady has raised close to $40,000 in GoFundMe funds.
Yep.
Let me show y'all the video, and then we're jumping into the conversation because I want everyone's input. And by no means do I condone a woman being abused or a man being abused. Okay, I just let me put that on the forefront right now. But this situation has really upset me. I don't know what situation has upset me the most, Carlisle Russell or right here, because y'all really don't understand. These fictitious stories that y'all are coming up with for views and likes, and you're trying to go viral, you're really hindering other Black men or Black women that are really, truly in the midst of something. So let me go ahead and let's roll the video, and then we're going to jump into tonight's conversation. Here we go.
That shit? What you want to see that shit? What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? I ain't never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this This man got a brick on my face, and he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watching, and they let that nigga get in the car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
Follow and support Road Direct.
You want to go first, brother? Because I'm just going to say this. It looks like she has been hit. I just don't think she was hit with a brick. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just don't think it was a brick. It looked like maybe, I don't know. You go ahead, brother. Go ahead. What's
So, like you said, there's been several stories about the woman. The woman is of a Somalian descent, and the community she was in was Somalian. Some men have came forward and said they were there when it happened. Well, not when it happened. They were there in the vicinity, and they saw it after it happened. The guy she tried to put on blast spoke up. They did their own video saying their account of what happened, and they said they did do something. They called the paramedics and they called the police. So um, she. So first thing, so if you get hit by a brick, you get hit by a brick in the face, you would have a cut in your face. When she showed herself on the scene, there was no blood dripping. There was nothing. There's no blood. So that whole brick story, I find it hard to believe, being the evidence was not there, based on something that would look like somebody get hit with a hard object. You have contusions, you have scratch marks, across your face. It wouldn't just be swollen. Maybe she got punched in the. I mean, if somebody gets punched in the face, right, with somebody with much force, it could swell your face up like that. So I've seen people get hit in the head. I've seen people get hit in the forehead, have a big old knot on their forehead. So I don't believe the brick thing. I find it hard to believe that, and that's just my take on it.
and I definitely agree with you. So I spoke with a couple of nurses with regards to this situation today. And they pointed out some very, 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 very pertinent things. And again, this by no means do I victim blame, but I do hold people accountable for making up fictitious stories to go viral for likes and for views, because that seems to be the thing to do now. And speaking with these young ladies, they've seen and they've witnessed people come into emergency rooms that have been hit with bricks or even 2x4s, any type of object outside of a hand or a closed fist. And they said, had she have been truly hit in the face with a brick, the first thing you would notice would be the broken blood vessels in the eye. And that could be, the way they explained it, they said it could either be, depending on where they're hit, it could be the whole eye, or it could be the side of the eye, or maybe even the bottom of the eye. They said this woman displayed no contusions on her face. They said it looked almost as if maybe she was in the club or maybe outside in the parking lot and she got into it with somebody, and maybe somebody caught her from behind and swung with a closed fist, which would cause the swelling like that. She would have a fractured jaw, is what they said. She would not be able to speak coherently, because they did say pain does not come right away. It may take a day or so. It may take a couple of hours. And they said by the way she recorded immediately after this happened. There's no scratches on her face. But the new evidence that's been presented is they have surveillance video of her being in the club with a ski mask on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they don't know if her face was like that prior or was she really truly attacked.
Hmm.
And see, people were streaming, so I couldn't get the footage. Maybe it'll
Yep.
be on YouTube, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Mm.
But they have video because they did speak with the police officers who did view the surveillance footage and did see
Mm-hmm.
her same outfit, same necklace, everything, where she was
Mm-hmm.
with a ski mask on her face the whole entire night almost. They say she is scamming GoFundMe. No one has confirmed if this young lady has received those funds or not. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, back to what my nurse friends were saying. They said it's not far-fetched, but this is not believable. Because the way that she's looking, if you go and you look at the other videos, even when she's sitting in the hospital, even when she's at home, it looks as if she was hit, like maybe somebody came from behind. And they don't feel like it was like somebody was facing her. It feel like someone did it from the side and they hit her with a closed fist. And it could have been a man that hit her. So that's the new update with regards to this young lady in this story. I wanted to bring this up tonight because, again, I want to dead this conversation. I want to move on to something else because this is really just taking over social media. And there's real live situations out here that we really need to be focused on and not just focusing on this particular one. So in the conversation we had last night, brother, you made beautiful points. The people you had on your panel made beautiful points. But what upset me was the fact that people were upset because people were questioning the validity of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Black men have been dragged all up and down social media since this story broke. Let me say this to you women, and I'm speaking as a woman that is a domestic violence survivor. Keep your hands to yourself. Stop jumping in men's faces. And then when you get what you asked for, now you're the victim. No, ma'am. No, sir. This just, you keep saying black men don't protect black women. But do you black women, and I'm about to stir the hornet's nest, really worthy of being protected? That's the question. Are all women worthy to be protected? You can't ask for protection and then say you don't want protection or you don't need a man for anything. And you're a man, brother. I want to hear your take on this because I hear a lot of women. Oh, I don't need a man. I'm independent. I'm da da da. Until situations like this happen, now all of a sudden, black men don't protect women. Black men don't protect black women. And I beg to differ. But you, as a woman,
I'm going. 1 second while you talk. I'm gonna pull up her video because we're gonna use her case. We're gonna use our own words. I'm gonna use her own
absolutely.
words. So I'm gonna pull it up while you talking.
Okay. So I hear so many women, and I hear this all the time, and I'm a woman. I don't need a man. I could do this on my own, da da da, until you're in trouble. And now all of a sudden, you need a man after you sat up here and you dragged black men. It's almost like black men can't win for losing. You either want the protection or you don't. one of the points that I brought up last night was a lot of you women exaggerate stories. So for the men that were on the panel last night and in a lot of the other lives that I was able to view, y'all drug these men. You drug them all the way to hell. And now that the truth is starting to unravel, now y'all are backpedaling. No. I want y'all to keep that same energy y'all had 2 days ago when you said black men don't protect black women, because they do. I've seen black men, when black women are being accosted or disrespected, I've seen men step in and say, hold up, man. Chill out. I've seen that. But I've also seen men pull up and end up in a cemetery, or they end up in jail behind a woman and her lies. I found the video, brother. I'm going to play it for you later.
Mm-hmm.
And what
you
this
found
is,
you found a video in the club?
No, not in the club.
Oh, okay.
But where a lady said, stop calling your brothers and your cousins to the scene because you feel disrespected. I'm going to play that later on. But what she said was dead on, was exactly what I was saying last night, is women will create circumstances, you will exaggerate, you will poke fun, and then when it gets too hot, now you want to call your brother, your cousin, your uncle into a situation that causes someone to lose their life or they end up in jail behind something you started.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find the video, brother?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so y'all pay attention to this, because we're going to elaborate. We're going to utilize her situation for tonight's conversation. Go ahead, brother. You got it. I'm going to mute my mic.
Pride. I hope every black woman is kissing another black woman, because we are the innate protectors and the providers. We protect societies, we protect communities with our intellectual property, with our lived experiences, with our breast milk, with our bodies. We're the ones. And the two. It's not even a three. Because men are not providers and protectors, not innately, because they only protect what they possess. But we protect everybody, and we provide, baby, okay? So I hope you catch a girl tonight, because I hope I do. And don't forget, before there was feminism, it was lesbians who were living those lives without worried about.
So she was like, lesbian lives a life without worry about niggas. That's what she said. That was the end of that clip. So the thing is, you're correct, right? So I'm going to speak for the men, right? All the men I've heard, because I've been listening to In and Out Lives for 2 days, listening to the men, and the men are actually, they're echoing the same sentiment. Well, most men. Now, some men come in and like, well, you're a coward if you don't jump in the way. And I'm going to speak for the men that are saying they need to understand what's going on before they even, before they do that. They can't just walk up on the scene and a woman is talking about, oh, he did this to me, do something about it, right? And these are the level-headed, logical men. If you put yourself in harm's way, if you put yourself in the way of whatever's going on at the scene and you don't know anything, and somebody gets hurt, terribly, right? Somebody gets hurt to the point to where, let's not even go to death, right? They get paralyzed. Let's just say something like that. Even if they get paralyzed, right? They get hurt to the point where they're incapacitated. You're gonna have to, you're gonna get sued. At the very least, you're gonna get sued. At the most, you're gonna go to jail. You lose your job. If you have a family, your family loses a source of income. They lose you as your protector. So the men that I've been hearing talk, and it's majority of men are saying that we have to be more skeptical about who we protect. We have to be able to scrutinize that and figure out if it's the right situation
Right.
because our lives are on the line. And like the questions that has been coming up is like, uh, what is a black man's life worth? Is it worth throwing away? So the thing is, if I'm going to protect one woman, and I'm about to answer your question, all women worthy of being protected. If I'm going to protect one black woman that might be out here wilding out, right? And I have a whole family of women that rely on my protection. I have and I'm gonna put myself in this situation, right? I got two sons, right? I have grandchildren. Even that I got two baby mamas, but one of them, we don't talk all that much. But when she have issues, she come to me to help problem solve, right? My other one, is active co-parenting situation. So if I'm no longer here, if I'm behind bars, I can't do none of that.
Right.
They're all fending for themselves. So is one person's life worth two women, two children that's directly attached to me, my nine nieces? How many of them? I can't count. Whatever. There's a bunch of nieces. All the
It's a
nieces,
lot.
right? That yeah, there's a lot of them. All the nieces that I have that rely on me to come through, and when something's going on, my mother, and my two sisters. That's a ton of women I have that's actually relying on me to do something as whenever they need me, right? To show
Right.
up whenever they need me. That's a ton of women. That's a bunch of women. So is that one woman's life worth throwing away everybody that's attached to me? And most men say no. I mean, most men say no, and the women that have husbands, right? They've had their voices are loudest in this thing saying, no, I'm not going to allow my husband to do that. I'm not allowing my husband to do that. Though, he has to be here for me. And I agree with him, right? She's the one that supports this man. She's the one that feeds him, that emotional support, give him sex. She's the one that put in the work to be the wife, and rightly so, she should have a say so in if this man throws his life away or not. And, that's what it is. I don't think all women are worth of being protected. I think she has to act accordingly, right? If she's out there being attacked just random attacks, and a man runs up and sees this random attack, and I'm gonna put this is a situation that I think all men would agree with. Right? If he would run up and see a woman about to get raped, right? I don't know, this is for whatever. I don't want, because I don't know if you're trying to get monetized. Somebody's gonna say it that way, because they're sensitive about the R word. But if he runs up on a woman that she's about to get
SA.
SA or whatever, I think men would actually step up. That's a situation all men feel strongly about because they put their mothers in that situation, they put their daughters in that situation, and anybody attached to them, their sisters, whoever. But when it comes to a woman being combative with a man and they might be going back and forth, arguing and she in his face and whatever, we're gonna sit back and watch the situation and be like, yo, if she was scared, she wouldn't be in this man's face.
And
So,
I hear that. I hear that, brother, because I've seen it. I've seen women in a man's face that's 6 feet tall, and she all,
mm,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're antagonizing this man. So for every cause, there's gonna be an effect. And I
mhm,
definitely agree with you. Men will jump in when it's deemed necessary. I've seen men again that have women that have been accosted by men, and brothers have stepped in and say, "Man, hold up, man, bro, come on, come on, come on, come on, man, come on, young head, chill out, you know,
mhm,
pump your brakes, man. She's not interested, man. Leave the lady alone." I've seen that, and then I've also seen, like you say, men that are looking at these women who are, oh yeah, he did it, and she pushing the man all in his face, and she doing them all like that.
mhm,
And then when the man finally reacts, now everybody, oh, she's the victim. Oh, why didn't
mhm,
you step in? She antagonized the situation. Because and I've seen men that have told women, leave that man alone. Get out the man face like that. I've
mhm,
seen it.
mhm,
And if you constantly keep going and going and going and going and going and you're poking and poking and poking, eventually you're gonna get stung.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what? Now this man is going to jail behind the situation that you escalated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guilty of doing that. Getting in my man face and, oh yeah, did it. I'm guilty of that. So if that man would have slapped me into last week and 2 years ago, what do I do? Especially if he's giving me a warning and say, Ashley, going on, man, going on. And you have a lot of women that run behind these men. And these men have
Mm-hmm.
told you, just go. I'm about to go. Woman jumping in, you're not going nowhere. You didn't move you out the way. Now you ready to call the police because now you feel like now he's done something to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're lying to the police because you're telling the police, oh, he hit me, he did this, and the man has never touched you. So now this man is going to jail behind the lie. This man potentially stands to lose his job behind the lie. So I'm not upset with the men that were questioning the validity of the story. Men wanted to know. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with us is we're so quick to jump the gun without having all the facts. Carlisle Russell, prime example. People will put it against each other. Oh my God, we gotta protect Black women. And then when the truth unfolded in front of us, a lot of y'all had to backpedal. A lot of y'all had to skate on back. A lot of y'all had to delete those comments. A lot of y'all had to eat those words because you found out this girl lied.
Mm-hmm.
So now that it's coming out that this young lady has potentially lied, now everybody's backpedaling. But y'all done drug the men down through the dirt. And Jules says, I truly believe some of these men, she said, I truly believe some of these men truly despise women. I won't say all, sis, but I want you to hold on to that because next week's conversation, we're going to be addressing femicide. So I'm playing devil's advocate next week when it comes to the femicide because we do see a lot of Black women that are being unalived by Black men. So, but in this day and age, I'm gonna say what I said last night. You got people out here that are doing these skits and pranks for likes and views, and people are getting hurt. People are getting hurt. So be mindful of what you put out on social media because you never know how that's gonna come back on you. And then for this young lady to sit up here and say, I don't need a man, lesbians is this, and feminism, that, and da. But now you're upset because you say all these niggas, your words, ma'am, stood around and let this nigga get in the car after he hit you in the face with a brick. You can't have it both ways, baby. You can't have it both ways. Go ahead, brothers. I'm
So the thing is, right, and I made this point on a couple lives I was in yesterday. Women always equate protection, or not always, mostly equate protection to man standing up being physical, right? Jumping in the way of a bullet, jumping in the way of men harming them, right? And I mean, just this fairy tale storybook TV movie version of protection, and to be honest, I've been, if you want to talk about protecting Black women, I've been in multiple situations to where I've had to do things to protect Black women. I've been in altercations. I've been in to where I had to pull my piece and I had to fire my piece before. I've done it. But I'm going to tell you this, right? That was the younger version of me.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you this. The older version of me says the younger version of me was stupid. He was young, dumb, full of cum, right? That's if I was talking like as I tell my son, because I just talk with my son. What was the situation? What was the situation? The Jeremy Hood thing.
Okay.
That situation. In Chicago. I had to have a talk to my son, and I had to tell him his place is not to protect his mother. I say, first of all, your mother's not going to put you in that situation. And I'm not trying to stir that situation back up, but I'm just using this for example. I had to talk to my son and talk to him about that and talked about protection or whatever. And he's actually seen me in action. Like we was in the Zaxby's, and an older guy, he probably was around my age, got into it with a guy behind the that was back there cooking, and they had words back and forth, and then he went out the door, and I'm sitting there. Ladies, this is what men do. They position themselves to look like they sit themselves at the back of the restaurant or whatever it is, and they watch the doors, they watch the exits. That's the way I was facing. So I saw what he was doing. I saw the whole situation. I saw him leave out and I saw him come back in. So when he comes back in, why would I not expect that he's coming back in with something on? Right. And that's what I watched him. And I'm like, okay, his body language. I'm looking at his body language. I'm looking at how he holds his body, how he kind of has his arm tucked to his body, right? He has a totally different body position. So I'm like, okay. So at this point, is my son in danger? Can I get my son out? We had to go, in order to get out, we had to go past them. So I'm like, okay, before they popped off, because what people do, if they start blasting in some place, you got witnesses. What they're going to start to do? They're going to look to try to get rid of the witnesses. They're going to try to get away with it. Right. So before anything happens, I'm like, okay, dude started back arguing with the guy, and he's tugging at his pants and stuff, arguing with him and getting animated. So I walk up behind him, I grab him from behind, and I choke him out, put him in chokehold. So I did not know that the guy that was in there was with him, and he grabbed my arm, and I'm like, "You don't get the fuck off me! I'm gonna break his fucking neck." So he just let me go, and I brought him outside, and I'm talking about, say, "Hey, my son is here. Got kids in here. I will kill you before I let you hurt these kids." And his body kind of went loose. His body went loose, and then I got him outside, and I'm talking to him. I'm like, "Hey, dude," I said, "Man, we about the same age. I know you got kids." And I'm talking to him. I'll say, "Hey, this is a young dude. This young dude he's supposed to pop off. You're not supposed to do that." So, I said, "I'm about to go in here, get your food, bring it to you so y'all won't have to see each other." Right. And I brought him food. He said, "Man, look, I thank you for that." I'm like, "All right." We had a little talk. He dapped me off. He went about his merry way. So those situations happen. But the thing is, it shouldn't come to that point with every situation. It should not come to that point. And I think a lot of women in general, and I'm not just talking about sisters, I'm talking about women in general, because women in general know they're protected to a certain extent,
right? They
want to utilize their protection. They want to utilize it because they know it's there. So they don't mind, doing all this when there's men around. They don't mind. And and the sister is like, she was hurt because nobody did anything, right? And you shouldn't be in a position where anybody had to do anything.
Had a one up on you.
Yeah. I mean, a man is always going to have one up on you. Right. So if you're going to be in a world of men, and that's why the live I had last night, I was making the analogy of operating systems, right? If you're going to be in a world of men, work equal to men in an operating system of men do not just run up on other men. We don't do that. We don't do that as a regular, because we understand I could get myself hurt because I don't know this man that I'm about to beef with. I don't know him. I don't know what he has on him, and people don't fight fair today. So men operate with caution, and I'm going to need the sisters to start operating with caution also, because you operate with caution is going to protect some black men lives that might put themselves in harm's way for you.
Absolutely. And Jules said that's why I said some. She said, some men, because I have seen stories. And this was in Chicago. I'm gonna have to go back. And I scrolled past it on TikTok, and I don't know, TikTok does like some reset, because I was trying to send it to you. And then when I went back to go, I couldn't find it, but I'm gonna have to go back maybe through my videos and see.
So you go in the back and you go look up watch videos. So you could check out the watch videos.
So this young lady was in, I want to say it was Chicago or Detroit. And she was at the bus stop or something like that, and this guy approached her, black girl, beautiful, pretty black girl. And this man approached her, and she was like, "I'm not interested. I have a boyfriend." And this guy came back in and pinged her.
Oh wow!
And unalived her. So we're not saying that what happened to this young lady was justified, because we do know there are some men out here whose elevators don't go all the way to the top. And we've seen those stories. We see this continuously every day. And you know what? I think this is why, let me say, the matter of fact, this is why I wanted to have this conversation, because it's going to lead me into my conversation, my 2 shows for next week when I go into femicide. So that's why I wanted to have this and did this and move on into something that's really more newsworthy. But we do know that there are men out here. But we also do know that there are women out here that are the aggressors. The young lady that was on your panel last night said, I trust men more than I do women. And I think people in the comments were like, what do you mean you? And this young lady, well, she's not a young, well, I'm going to call her a young lady, even though she was an OG on the panel. She said, I was set up by what did she say, 2 or 3 women? She was set
something
up.
like that.
And we see this daily. And when everybody heard her explain, the comments changed, the dynamic changed, because a lot of women say, man, yeah. Even a black man said, I'm more of afraid. He said, y'all should be more of afraid of black women than black men. And you know, when they really got to explain it, because it really threw me aback. I was like, what? You scared of black? But then it goes back to these stories. You see these women that are unaliving their baby daddies or their boyfriends. There's a lady that they're still looking for right now, black woman, who unalived her boyfriend and cut him up. And I want to say that was in Memphis, Tennessee. They're still looking for this woman, black woman. But women, you have to be mindful about the certain situations you put yourself in. Because some of us put ourselves in situations that we really could have avoided. I see this in the club. I've seen this in restaurants. This woman here, and I'm just going to go on and say it. You are really hindering black women by making up these fictitious stories for likes and views because you want to go viral. I said it last night. Social media has now become the devil's playground. Some of you women, y'all want to be masculine and say y'all don't need a man. But when you get your shit pushed back, now you need a man. Keep that same energy you had 30 minutes ago when you said you didn't need one. Keep that same energy when you said men are no longer providers. Are you serious? Because I'm going to definitely give you a pushback when you say black men are not providers. Some of you black women ain't providers, but y'all don't be ready to have those types of conversations. They don't be ready, brother.
So let me say this right quick. Just like most black women have a story of men that have either essayed them or touched them unwanted, you know, and we're gonna call it essay. You know, if they touch you and you don't want those advances, that's essay. So we're talking about even at that level of essay, right? From the simple level of unwanted touch or unwanted attention to where you feel uncomfortable to the actual acts, you know, all that. Just like when majority of women have a story, black women have a story, majority of black men have a story of abuse of black women that has been in their lives or a woman that lied on. So I'm gonna talk about abuse. I'm saying abuse either physically, manipulating abuse, or or character assassination. Majority of black men have the same story. So it's just as bad on the men's side. That's why men are skeptical, because we all have these stories to where we know it either happened to us personally or we've seen it play out. We see people get messed up to whether it be black women or white women, because we know historically a white woman will tell a lie on a black man, it'll end his life. His life will be ended. So we're sensitive to that. And that's why black men are so skeptical about believing all women when it comes to certain things. They have to basically look before they leap.
And they do. Like I explained, we talked about the football player last night, who's was it the baby, the girlfriend, the wife, or whoever?
The girlfriend.
Got into it, and she ended up what was that? Her brothers or her cousins
So
She
brothers
called,
and I think yeah.
and they showed up to the house. And this man was really looking at, I want to say he was facing 25 or 30 years
Yeah.
in prison
Some years.
and was acquitted,
Mhm.
was found not guilty on reason of self-defense.
Mhm.
Because this woman, they had an altercation. She called her brothers,
Mhm.
pulled up, not even knowing the whole situation. And I believe he pinged at them. I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. Yeah, he about 30 something shots at him. He threw
Right.
some bullets at their ass, and I think he unalived one of them, or did
I
he?
think
Yeah.
so. I
Yeah.
have to go back and just really look at the story, but I believe one was unalive. But
Okay.
this man was protecting himself from a situation that you escalated, that you started.
Mhm.
And I think the saddest part when we look at this story and all the countless other stories that are similar to this young lady, Black women are not holding other Black women accountable for this. You have a lot of women that co-sign this behavior. That, girl, get him, girl. Yeah, tell him, girl. And now you've gone on with your life. I had a friend in New Orleans, close friend, loved him dearly, whose sister got into an altercation with her baby daddy. She called her brother, and brothers did what they typically do: sister call and say, "Hey, this dude, blah blah blah." Brothers are coming. Family is coming. Your brothers, your uncles, your daddies, whatever, they coming. He came with his piece and tried to run up on a dude, and the dude, boom, 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 put 5 bullets in it. And he didn't even go to jail. He was arrested,
Mhm.
went to court, charges dismissed on the grounds of self-defense because he came to the man's house. So now my friend is dead and the sister alive. The baby daddy had never put his hands on her.
Mhm.
She had tore her shirt, made it look as if the baby daddy had assault and never did. And now my friend is laying in the cemetery and the sister going on with her life.
See, and I think if there would be consequences of women that lie and cause that type of situation, there would be like harsh consequences. It would stop happening. But I don't think, because it's happened to Black community, I don't think they care because that's just another brother gone. That's what they want anyway. So, um, remember the sister that called her brothers, and her brothers went in the house. The dude just laid one out. She
Yeah.
called her brother, yeah, and they just ran up in the man's house and he laid one out right there. So it's just like, ladies, y'all putting men in danger. Y'all put men lives in danger, and sometimes it's men that you love. Matter of fact, personally, my niece, ex boyfriend, um, he was dealing with a girl and whatever was going on between them, he tried to break up with her. That's what it was. He tried to break up with her, and she must have told her family something or whatever, and she had came over the house the night before and wanted to stay there because she didn't want to break up, so she wanted to stay there. And he was like, "Nah, you got to go in the morning." And the mama came over in the car, the uncle and his friends came over in another car, and uncle ran up, whatever, said whatever he said, threatened the boy, and he got a shotgun and laid the uncle out. And he's in jail right now. He has a case going on right now. He has a case to where he has to prove himself innocent. But
Right.
it's all because of women can't deal with their emotions today. Just like men, just like you have men that can't handle rejection, you have women that do the same thing. They can't handle their emotions. They can't handle rejection. They can't handle being told no.
And I think what we need to do, and this goes for Black men and Black women, we have to stop acting off of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Because emotions is getting us in one or two places, in a cemetery or in a jail cell, and maybe not just even that. You're suffering severe repercussions. You lose everything when you're acting off of emotions. We see this far too often. And again, I've seen this firsthand. Anybody that's watching can attest. We've seen women jumping in a man's face and, nigga, I'm a da-da-da-da. We've seen it. And then you call your homeboys. They pulling up. They haven't even assessed the situation.
Nope.
Because they're acting off of emotion. And now you got people locked up. Now you got people with tags on their toes. And you haven't even told the whole story. You just told the part that you knew would trigger, would get the adrenaline going. Yeah, babe, this dude, he did it. Because we get overzealous. We get anxious. Adrenaline is going. We're acting off our emotions. Because I need something to happen to this dude right now. That's what we're thinking.
And even at the very least, too, it's just that they want to be supported. So they don't want to feel like they're wrong. So they're going to tell you something to spin it so you can support them. And that shit has consequences. You know, you don't know how people will react, you know, that love you. Be like, nah, I don't play about my sister. I don't play about my niece. I don't play. And next thing you know, you can't control that shit once it starts.
And Jules says, I pray daily that these women stop tearing our Black men down because it's so disheartening. And she said, amen to your comment. She said, I truly feel as if she should have been charged because had it not been for her, this situation would have never taken place. She said, yes, he did unalive one of them. And I'm with you. Because just like you have women that lie about being great. Look at Brian Banks. I'm so sorry.
Banks.
Went to jail for a lie. Lost his whole life, has never been the same since he's been home. And the woman finally admitted that it was a lie because this man rejected her. Now they had been intimate, but she wanted a relationship, and he didn't want that. He just, you know, that was what they call him, my little yeah. That's you know, that was my little yeah. But he didn't want, and she wanted that. So her feelings were hurt. So she went and concocted this story and said that this man raped her. And he did. You have a lot of men that are sitting in prison right now behind a lie. Why do we keep, and I'm about to get so emotional because I love Black men. And y'all are so needed in this world. But you have a lot of our brothers that are sitting in jail cells behind a lie. And you refuse to come and tell the truth. I remember I was in a club here in Houston. Girl got into it with a dude. Dude wasn't even messing with her. Like, I think he, like, you know, was like trying to flirt with her or whatever. She was like, no, I ain't interested or whatever. So the dude went on his little way and went, had you know, a little good time, was sitting down at the bar, chilling. She's antagonizing this man. Now, this man wants to talk to you. You've already turned him down, but you just keep sashaying. You sitting by him, you're brushing up against him and stuff like that. So when the man, like, he just kind of, you know, like, man, go, you know, kind of nudged her. He didn't push her. Like, he didn't do one of those. He just was like, man, you know, almost like, man, give me my space. So fast forward, let me go through the fast forward. That boy ended up getting stabbed in the club, in the neck. Damn. He was stabbed in the neck.
Shit. Damn.
In the club. Because she went and told the guys that she was in a club with that this dude, I told him I didn't want to talk to him, and I'm trying to order me a drink at the bar, and he just keep touching on me. Never touched her. And was stabbed in the neck. Now, I don't know if he passed away, because, baby, I left at that point. I was like, yep, let me get on the bottom.
It's time to go. Time to go.
Let me go for bullets start flying, because You already know when one person they call in the crew and yeah, let me go. So I don't know if the boy lived, if he died, but I saw him stabbed in the neck. I saw it. And you lied. You lied. I've seen dudes laid out in the parking lot of clubs, covered in sheets, because you women lie. And now that social media is popular, now y'all are doing anything for likes and views, and y'all don't care who you hurt in the process of it. This young lady right here, that $40,000 that you all have raised, that could have went towards, it's a young woman here who was arrested for sleeping in her car with her baby.
I heard of that. I heard they took the baby and it just some child cruelty and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the place that impounded her car, a woman followed her story and paid to help this young lady get her car out of the impound and help her get her child back. It's pivotal things that we could be exerting our energy into instead of these fictitious stories. I'm so sick of you social media people that will do any and everything to go viral. For what? For likes and for views. That is a sickness. That is an illness. And y'all really need to lay across somebody's couch and get on somebody's medication, because y'all really need some mental health. Because this is a sickness. I saw a boy he goes around pranking people. And he was in the airport and pranked this white man and said this white man stole his luggage. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the white man got arrested. But y'all stop playing with people. Y'all need to be mindful with what you put out in the universe, baby, because karma does not have an expiration date. Karma does not forget an address. So any ladies that feel the same way that as this young lady that say, oh, men aren't providers, men don't do this, it's feminism, and women we don't need, then don't ask for protection when you get into a situation. When you get your head kicked into the wall, don't call the police. Now let's wake that part up. We need our men here. We do need them for protection. The same way black men need us, black women, to protect them. That's what we need, ladies. So with all this whole feminism and, oh, I don't need a man, that's generational bullshit that your mama and your auntie and them taught you. Don't depend on no man. Learn how to stand on your own 2 feet. But then when you're in a situation, now you need a man's protection. Keep that same energy. And I'm gonna hold you ladies accountable for that. I'm gonna hold you ladies accountable for that, because right here, we see a black man right here that will stand 10 toes down for the women that are worthy to be protected, because some of you women you carry yourselves like you're not worthy to be protected. Again, y'all want to be the man and the woman in situations. You got to pick a side. It's you know, like Jules said, it's very disheartening that you black men are being raked through the coals. And I'm not saying it ain't no bad black men, because it is. Just like it's some bad black women out here. But y'all refuse to hold those women accountable. Y'all co-sign for this bullshit. Y'all advocate for this. Y'all in the background rah with your pom-poms. One of the most beautiful comments that I saw was a man say, if I get a phone call about something popping off, he say, male or female, he say, I'm gonna first try to de-escalate the situation before I even get there. That's a smart, logical person. But this new generation, they ready to pop off on anything, brother. They don't care. They don't assess the situation. Oh, as soon as my homies call me, I'm on the way. Y'all are fighting so hard to be ride or dies that y'all are ending up on the dying part. You got to be mindful with who you're riding and dying for. Is it worth you losing everything? One decision. One decision can affect your life and everyone else around you. And a lot of people don't think that way, bro. If you would have called me and say, hey, sis, man, my baby mom, brother, what happened? Brother, because the first thing I'm saying, bro, what did you say to her?
What'd you say? Mm-hmm. What'd you do?
What'd you do?
What'd you tell that woman?
Because what I'm not doing, I'm at a space in life, brother. Me and you both, we're at spaces of our lives. We have grown children. You have grandbabies. We stand to lose a lot.
Mm-hmm.
See, this younger generation, they have no cares and no worries in the world. But we stand to lose everything that we've worked so hard to build. And I'm not going to allow one decision to change that for me. And this young lady has done just that. This one decision, this fictitious story, if something really truly happens to you, nobody's going to come now.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Carlisle Russell. Something really truly happens to you, they're not coming. They're not coming to you. They're not coming to you. But let me show this video real quick, brother. And then I want to get back into the conversation because you're going to be like, whoa. A lot of y'all women are going to be upset. And that's fine. Y'all know I don't care. But this is what accountability looks like.
Stop calling your brothers and your cousins for every little argument. Because you women sit on social media, you sit around, oh, everybody killing everybody, but you never tell the truth that there's been 1,000 shootings and homicides trickle back down to you running your fucking mouth or you calling somebody and exaggerating because you feel disrespected. Stop calling people. You get in an argument with somebody on the block, that's it, leave it there. You call your brother, now these niggas going through it the whole summer, and then somebody's child die about it. That's your fault. That's your fault. You can't sit back and say it's not your fault because they went too far. You shouldn't have called them.
I shared that video with somebody. And I've been called a woman hater now, y'all. Let me say this. I've been called a woman hater. And I hate women. They don't understand. Someone sent me a message, y'all. I'm not going to say their name because eventually I'm going to expose you on social media. But you know what? I'm not going to even do that because you're not even worthy of it. Yeah. But I was called a woman hater. I was told I should lick pussy instead of being the man.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Because they say I bash women so much. Let me say this. Why would I bash another woman that looks like me? That's first and foremost. Number two, the same strife you deal with, I've dealt with. Number three, a lot of you women are afraid of accountability because the victimization gets you attention. So because I'm holding you black women accountable, I'm a woman hater? Absolutely not. You're just scared to look in the mirror. That video is I don't even think it's a number percent true. A gazillion percent true. And that's not even a number, gazillion. That's made up. But you see what she said. Let me run that back one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear this. I need to run this back. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like some of you ladies in the back didn't hear this. Let me run this back one more time. Just one more time. I got to run it back.
Stop calling your brothers and your cousins for every little argument. Because you women sit on social media, you sit around, oh, everybody killing everybody, but you never tell the truth that there's been 1,000 shootings and homicides trickle back down to you running your fucking mouth or you calling somebody and exaggerating because you feel disrespected. Stop calling people. You get in an argument with somebody on the block, that's it, leave it there. You call your brother, now these niggas going through it the whole summer, and then somebody's child die about it. That's your fault. That's your fault. You can't sit back and say it's not your fault because they went too far. You shouldn't have called them.
I just want to touch on what she said. When she said, you call somebody, now they going back and forth the whole summer.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't end because it starts with your life. This person pulls up and unalives this person. So guess what? Now this person wants revenge. So now the person that you unalive, their people pull up on the people that unalive the person, and it just it's like a never-ending cycle. It's like a hamster wheel. It just goes and goes and goes and goes until everybody's unalive now. Oh, hey, diplomat. He said, y'all have call lines open. No, I need diplomat. Message me. Send me a message because I need to know how to set it up. I tried to do that before and I don't know, it just didn't work. But diplomat, drop your comments, babe. Go ahead.
Let me give you the number. I could let me see. Do I have it on this?
If you can, send them the link. If you can, forward him the link and tell him to come on. And I can add him on.
Give me his number.
I don't have no.
I was gonna give you a number. I was gonna give you a number to put on there so they could call in if you want to call in.
Okay, I'm ready. Hold on, let me post okay, what's the number?
470 906 6996.
Let me post this up here. Oh, and then he drops off. Big brother, come back. I don't know if I do something. I know I didn't knock him off. I think he knocked off on his own. I'm waiting on Big Brother to come back. But listening, like what that young lady said. Okay, here we go. Did I kick you off?
No, that was me. I was messing around with my phone trying to look up the number and stuff.
But Dip, that's the number. You can call that number right there. Anybody that wants to call in and put an input, there's the number right there. Okay, cool. Thank you, honey. He said, cool. He said, okay, I'm going to listen some more so I can add context. I appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up, honey. So going back to the video that I just showed, the clip that I just showed, what she said made so much sense because that's the first thing we do. The moment it get hot, oh, I'm calling my brother. Oh, I'm getting on the phone. I'm calling my brother. Oh, yeah, bro, pull up. This dude, blah, 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 blah. Your brother pull up. Your cousins pull up. Whoever you call, they pull up. Haven't even assessed the situation. And now somebody's hurt. Because, again, a lot of people pull up to situations off of emotions. No one's even thinking rational anymore. And you're leaving a lot of blood in the path of this. But do I feel like Black women are really protected? I believe we are. But then you have this percentage of women that, oh, I don't need a man. Nope, I'm Miss Independent. Until your Miss Independent ass is in a situation and now you feel like, oh, I'm not being protected. You can't have it both ways.
And the crazy thing about this is that majority of those women that you're speaking of right now, that is Miss Independent, don't need a man, are the same ones screaming that men aren't protected. It's the same ones. And I see it like in hosting these lives on TikTok and stuff and talking to these women or even being part of lives. I sit there and I watch the comments and I watch what women saying while they hear other women talk or they hear men talk. And you can just see that you have a disdain for men. So why should men even acknowledge you, right? And a sister said this, I can't remember. It was either last week or before last. She was like, if it wasn't for you looking good that men wanted to get with you, or you having a body or whatever, or even you having a vagina, most men wouldn't deal with you. Most men won't deal with the women if it wasn't for that, because you're not worth anything. A lot of y'all don't have any substance to you. So I'm gonna fault brothers for um like we have brothers that support these sisters. You know, they give these sisters validation, they give these sisters attention when they know they dead wrong. Just because they look good. You know, just because um they're dressed provocatively and you know, they're showing something because they think they're gonna get something. And based on that, they basically what you say, wrap a man around their finger?
Right.
They know they could do that. You know, it's that pretty privilege you know that we talk about sometimes. Pretty privilege. So
Manipulation.
say that.
Jules says some, not all, but some women like to play the victim when they were the aggressor. She said you could be both. Or is it can't or can? I think she means can't. You can't be both.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
I think she means can't.
No, you can't. You actually can be both, because at some point there's a clear line. To some point, you could be the aggressor and that shit turn bad, and you can't control how people react to you.
Right.
And this case is probably a perfect example of that. We don't have all the facts, but it's probably a perfect example of you can't control how people return fire.
Right.
You know, if you disrespect somebody, if you put your hands on somebody, if you do some shit to somebody,
You can't control the effect.
you can't control it. You hit them with a fist, they might come back with a chair
Or a gun.
Yeah, or a gun
Or a knife. We don't know. And from what they were saying, the young lady had been kind of like antagonizing men all night long.
Mm-hmm.
They said she's known for doing this. So she slapped from what I heard, she slapped a man before, or has done that to multiple men or whatever.
I've seen 2 videos where she did. They claim it's a skit. I'm going to question maybe one could be maybe a planned thing, but the one where she was out where the man was standing up and he was out amongst people and it looked like a Bourbon Street situation. It was out where a bunch of people's around and it was some white people, and she did that. She walked off and she started like twerking or whatever.
I did see that part.
It didn't look like he was prepared for that. It didn't look like he, you know, like he knew that was coming or whatever. You know,
And
she was.
that's what no, go ahead, brother.
No, I said she was fingering her face and stuff, and then she slapped the man and walked off.
And that's what I mean when I say it's the things that people do for likes and views. Like I was telling you last night about the young man that was on live. He was, I guess, some type of Facebook comedian or Instagram comedian, whatever he was, but he was poking at somebody and
talking shit. Talking about roll up, man, roll up there. Come on, roll up.
And the dude was sitting outside on the phone. He was live. And the dude pulled up and unalived and killed him on live. And you can hear the gunshots in the background. Because once they started, the phone dropped. But that's what I mean when I say y'all have to be mindful with the things that you do for likes and views, because not everybody is, let me find out, mentally stable. Let me say that. Not everybody's mentally stable. You can't play with everybody like that. You don't know what type of day this person has had. You don't know. That's like, brother, if I come to you and brother, and I'm doing I know you because I can play with you like that, but I might have caught you on the wrong day.
And one thing we got to understand too is social media amps up a lot of shit because people know they're being publicly shamed in front of possibly millions of people. If shit go viral, you're talking about millions of people. Now you're looking like a total ass out here, looking stupid as hell, and you know, damn, people gonna be clowning me everywhere I go. Now my face is synonymous with a clown, basically.
Right.
Everybody's laughing at me, and that amps up the situation with people like, nah, you ain't gonna be playing with me like that, and they're willing to do shit.
And that's a thing. I want to try to pull up this video real quick. Let me see if I could go to it. It's the video you sent me, but I just kind of want to play a couple of clips from it. Let me see if I'm able to. I don't know if I'm able to present it, but it's y'all follow this young lady. It's called the Crimson Cure, and she spoke on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was why men won't protect random women. And she talks about this. And she basically said, she called the girl a pumpkin head. That's what she called her. And she said, let me see if I could present it. Let me see if it'll let me. Let me see if I could share the screen. Let me see if it'll let me do it. Can you see? Hold on, let me
Yeah.
see. Okay, here we go.
Try do full screen.
The first reason is the one I already gave.
Can you see it?
The half a story with no context. The story with no context. Just her crying with a pumpkin head. And she's a victim. And she was an innocent victim. Not only was she a victim, she was an innocent victim. This is what we are led to believe. And also, not only is she an innocent victim, but the men around her, the black men. Now this is key. The black men around her did not protect her. Now, see, I got a problem with all of that. But before we get into my problems with that, I'm going to read these super chats, and then I'm going to show y'all a series of Instagram videos that paint this picture better than I can in words. It painted faster than I can paint in words, because we're going to need the whole picture so that what the rest of what I say will make sense to you. Okay? So the first things first, let's get to acknowledge the super chats. Thank you, Death Before Dishonor said, for the raisins in the potato salad. Okay. Thank you, Stanley, for your super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, Tokyo Traveler says, so he hit her like Mr. in the color purple. Like, hey, do you do right? You understand me? Thank you, Devon says she claimed to be Muslim but twerking on her IG. See, I already know this because she's Somalian. She done got over here and clown. See, had you been outside in the daytime with your hijab on, you wouldn't have got caught up, oops, upside your head. I said, oops, upside your head. You wouldn't have got caught with a brick. I have moved around in Chicago for my whole life. I just got to New York a couple months ago. I have moved around in Chicago, the same city that Carlisha Hood had her son delete a black man for fighting on her for 45 years. And I guarantee you, I have never been in the city. This is Chirac. I grew up in the hood. I didn't grow up in no suburb. I didn't grow up in Oak Park. I was on the west side in the Austin area. Do you understand me? If you're from Chicago, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I was in the Austin area. In the 60644. Okay? The 60644. If you're from Chicago, you understand the 44. And I never got randomly attacked or swung on by no man. And this is the hood I'm talking about. This is the place where you get clapped up quick for looking the wrong way. And I've been on 63rd and King Drive. That's Old Block. All in the Wild Hundreds when I had to go. Maywood is a suburb, but it ain't no better. All right? From the south side to the west side. And I have never encountered a situation one-to-one where a man just attacked me because of the way you're moving. That's why you're getting attacked. Let me get to the rest of these super chats. Thank you, Take Heed. I love your content outlook. This woman is Somalian woman, and the man was also Somalian. African men don't play no games with disrespect. They do not. Thank you, Miss 39 Dina, for your contribution, sweetheart. Thank you, Phineas at Tip Jar. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mobile Man, that she was an active participant in Miss Andrea and Feminist Rhetoric, yet once she was attacked, she wanted help from the same men that she admittedly hated. Makes no sense. Okay? Now let's get to these videos. It's a few. Some of them are gonna be repetitive, but I need to give you this outlook. Thank you, Miss Bethshua. Hey, sis, how you doing, sweetheart? Let's get to it here. Now, let's see. This is one. This is one.
This is for the fact that you're a white man and I'm a black woman. I have less privilege than you. Thank you.
Oh, I feel bad. For all the rappers and public figures in general who said that Sukiyana and other women who rap about their bodies vulgarly are just going to be touched because they bring it onto themselves, just know that when you're talking about your money and how much you like to trick, it will be touched. It will be touched. And I'm going to start tonight.
Let's go. Happy Pride. I hope every black woman is kissing another black woman because we are the innate protectors and the providers. We protect societies, we protect communities with our intellectual property, with our lived experience.
Now, we're going to go back. We're going to go back.
Happy Pride. I hope every black woman is kissing another black woman because we are the innate protectors and the providers. We protect societies, we protect communities with our intellectual property, with our lived experiences, with our breast milk, with our bodies. We're the ones and the two. Bitch, not even the three.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me, fucking grabbed a rock and it hit me in my fucking face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just fucking watch.
Happy Pride.
I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they're all just watching, and they let that nigga get in a car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women? I ever done.
But wait, there's more. Okay. So we just an example.
But I'm really talking to like cis women because like it's giving y'all real jealous. Like y'all real jealous because they can, will, and have pulled your ninja. All the trans girls ever did was teach y'all how to wear makeup because yes, the makeup you wear today is trans makeup. They teach y'all how to do y'all hair. They got y'all hair together. And like, what do y'all think those BBL bodies are? Because their legs, hips, and butts. But I'm really talking to like.
But wait. There's more because this video here is of one of the men that were there. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I was one of the guys who was there that did not help her when she was getting hit with the brick, right? I feel like people need to know the whole story before they start commenting and say things they don't understand or they don't know. You guys don't even remember who you guys are trying to defend, who you guys are trying to speak up for. This is the same woman that was going around smacking white people in the streets. She's not in it. She was actually counting the guy who hit her. Why would I go defend somebody that's actually looking for trouble? This woman, she is literally a troublemaker. Everybody that knows her in our community knows she's a troublemaker. I'm not going to risk my life over somebody that's actually out there looking for trouble. If you go on social media, online, you're going to see some of her antic videos, taunting people, looking for a reaction. Well, she got what she been looking for, and you guys are giving her the attention that she was actually seeking for. I don't regret not standing up for her. If you look at some of the videos, I was there. I don't regret nothing whatsoever. I don't regret standing up for her. I'm not saying she deserved it. I'm not saying that any men have a right to hit a woman, especially with a brick. Nobody deserves that. But at the end of the day, there's more to the story. She's not as innocent as she's trying to portray herself to be. She wants attention. She's an attention-seeker woman. She's trying to go viral, and you guys have given her what she wanted. Yes, she did get hit by a brick. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I was standing by doing nothing. And if that shit happened again in the same circumstances, I will watch. Because she's not as innocent as she portrays herself to be. She was taunting the guy. She was calling him all type of names. She was degrading him to a point where he resulted in picking up a brick and hitting him. I don't condone that type of behavior, but once again, she's not as innocent as she portrays herself to be. I remember a while back, she's posting videos going around in public, literally smacking old white people in the face. For what? And now you get hit by a brick, and now you want to cry wolf? I don't care. You wanted trouble, you got trouble. That's why I'll still buy and watch. Oh man, that whole situation got me. I was one of the guys.
Okay, so I wanted to show that. I wanted to get that. Let me stop this video. Okay, all right. So I wanted to show that because we have new people that are tuning in. Diplomat, yes, baby, yeah, they are. He said, "Hey, the Crimson Cure." I know, right? Shout out to Black Male for introducing me to the Crimson Cure, because baby, let me tell you, I watched a couple of her videos today. Yeah, she's definitely gonna get a subscribe for me.
Yeah, she a dope sister.
Baby. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But
so that guy that you just did, that was the guy in my live last night. That was in the comments. We'll talk. Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like what he said, because what he said made 1,000% sense. Because
I tried to get him on, but he said he was getting death threats and stuff, so he didn't want to do it.
I tell him I get it. Tell him I totally get it. But I really, for the new people, y'all welcome to Black Girl Interrupted podcast. My name is Ashley. I'm the founder of BGI, and I can't never get my fingers together. And I got my brother on with me tonight. That is the host of the Black Male podcast. If you guys are on TikTok, please go follow him under the same name. I am fighting and tussling with him to get his Black Male podcast back on the air. We're like a tussle in real life. But I'm really pushing him to get back into the podcast atmosphere environment, because the Black Male podcast, he talks about phenomenal things. So give him a follow, a comment, a like, share, whatever it is. Show my brother some love. But I wanted, to the new people that are tuning in, I wanted to give y'all the backstory on this young lady. See, I couldn't get the individual clips because everybody's just been kind of streaming it live in the videos. So I went back to the Crimson Cure. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. Go give her a sub. Her content is amazing. And this episode her episode is about an hour and a half, where she really talks about this, and she really goes into great detail, where basically she says, where is feminism getting you now? Basically is what she's saying. You keep saying you don't want a man, you don't need a man. Oh, lesbians, da-da-da. But now you mad because no man stepped in to protect you. But you didn't need the protection. And that's why I said you have to be mindful of what you put out in the universe. Because you never know when it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. You just do not know. You never know. You do not know. And I'm with the young man. I don't condone men hitting women. I do not. I don't condone violence from men to women, women to men. I don't condone it at all. But I will say, you go looking for trouble, you're gonna get exactly what you asked for. You keep knocking on people's doors, somebody's gonna answer. Go ahead, brother, because you look like you got something to say. Go ahead.
So earlier I was in a live Black Guru. I don't know if you know who Black Guru is on
I
TikTok.
did. I jumped in for a moment,
Oh, you
and then
did?
I had a call come in, and I
Okay.
couldn't hear. I was like, yeah, let me just get out of here because I couldn't even just enjoy the conversation. But go ahead, brother.
So the sister on there, she was of African descent. She said she's from Ivory Coast, and she's been in America for, I think she said, almost 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, about 20 years. Anyway, she brought up another point that I didn't think about, but she was saying that she's so, like, she's pissed off with that woman because what she did, she utilized the divide that the Black community has in order to profit off of. And the whole thing, it was like, okay, she was saying it from being a born in a foreign country. She was like, being from a foreign country, my parents or whatever, we kind of amongst ourselves, the people that I communicate with that's from where I'm from, if we're not going to do any good for the community, the Black community, because we consider ourselves to be Black,
right.
We're just not going to, we're not going to add to what the Black community already has because they're aware of what goes on in the Black community, right? They're aware of what goes on in America to the Black people, the people who are descendants of slavery. So they don't want to add to it. And she was able to do that, she said, because she already knows how Black American men are viewed already. So it was easy to do. It's like the easy targets.
I did catch that. I didn't get to hear everything she said, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Because I was like, damn, I had a call come in. I was like, damn, I want to hear the rest of this because she went on. She said that she expressed that this young lady makes it. What did she say? I can't quote verbatim, but she said something like they already view us that come from these other countries over here to the States in a negative connotation. So what this young lady basically is what she said, what I caught before I had to come out of the live was that you're contributing to what the slave master wants you to do anyway. You're doing it. It's almost like you're putting your 2 cents in the piggy bank of the vision when it comes to us over here in the States. But go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. And that's basically what she was she took it from that aspect to say, it was easy to do that. And she wasn't specific to say, no, the men that did this, the men that did that was in my community. She didn't do that. She said Black men. And, and that she was able to do that and garner the attention that she needed. And also the money, because she got a GoFundMe, and that's almost 40,000, right? And she was able to do that by shitting on Black men, and because we're the usual suspects, basically,
Y'all are
and
the
we've
fall
been
guy.
that way. We're the fall guy.
And that's what I said last night. I'm not going to stand by and contribute to conversations where Black women are downing Black men or you're downing Black women, because you're doing exactly what the white man wants you to do. You're doing exactly what the slave master wants you to do. You're contributing to the division amongst us. No matter how much we try to unify, there's always going to be that one person that's going to continue to keep driving the wedge amongst Black men and Black women. And I'm not going to stand by and sit in conversations and contribute to that. That's why I've really kind of backed away from social media because of this, because that seems to be the norm. Every time I get on social media is, oh, the Black man this, the Black man that, oh, you Black women this and Black women that. You're doing, and then you do this amongst the people that don't look like us. And then you allow them to contribute to the conversation, and they have no parts of the conversation because you don't understand what it's like to live in the life of a Black woman, or you don't understand what it's like to live in the life of a Black man. So, you know, and I didn't want to say anything about the young lady that was on your panel last night because I think she's very sweet, but she really just didn't contribute to the conversation because you don't know what it's like to live in the life of a Black woman. You don't know what it's like to live in the life of a Black man. Yes, of course, she's a brown person, but you know, and I love her. I think she's sweet as pie. I can't wait to talk to her. I think she's an awesome, amazing person. But at the end of the day, I can't sit by and not hold my Black women accountable when they're wrong. And in this situation, I have to hold this young lady accountable because we are already, Black women, we're already underappreciated and the most disrespected. So for you to continue to, you're adding fuel to the fire. You're making us really look ignorant with these videos that you're trying to do for likes and views. And you're doing it at the demise of Black men and Black women. I don't like that. I don't like that. So this lady really has me upset, and I'm speaking from a Black woman's point of view, and I'm also speaking as a domestic violence survivor. Because we're already being unalived at alarming rates. Our Black brothers are being unalived at alarming rates. And you just added more kerosene to the fire with this fictitious story of a situation that you created. And by no means, this is not victim blaming because I don't victim blame. But in this situation, I'm going to hold you accountable because this is a fictitious story that you could potentially get somebody hurt over a lie. Because you're not telling the whole truth. You do this. And that's what I said. There was a bit, I'm telling, there's surveillance footage. I'm gonna have to try to go back and find it. The guy Flo, I think is his name. The guy that he's real big on TikTok too. But he was on a live and I jumped in for a little while before my show started. And that's why I saw this surveillance footage. Someone was streaming the footage where they said she had been taunting people all night long. She came in the club. She had a mask on that where you could only see her eyes. And I guess you could consider it a ski mask, but like the mask that Beyonce was wearing in concert where just her eyes are showing. She had on something like that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find that picture of Taraji where Taraji was dressed up. Was dressed up and she had on this little mask with her eyes were open and her mouth and like this part was covered and this was all you could see. The young lady had a mask on like that in the club that night. And this is surveillance footage from the club. So this is not something that someone has pieced and put together. This was actual footage from the people that run the club that she was at that night that were showing this. And they said, she comes in, this is what she does. She's known for this. So you keep knocking on somebody's door, somebody's going to answer you. Somebody's going to answer. Diplomat says, hold up. He says, every time I join TikTok live, they don't want to hear the contrary. You want to know why Diplomat?
A lot of places don't.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I was saying a lot of people don't because you got triggered women. I'm gonna step away for a second to get my cord because my phone about to die.
You're good. You're good. But they don't want to hear it, Diplomat. I'm gonna leave your comment up for just a moment. They don't want to hear that because that's too much like right. Because no one's in the business of holding people accountable for their actions. That's the problem these days. Is I'm gonna hold this woman accountable because she's really making it difficult for women that are really truly victims of being victims of assault, not by their own doing. If I said that correctly, but she provoked this. You go and you antagonize somebody, you're bothering somebody. Diplomat, I'm going to use you as an example. That's like if we're hanging out and I'm doing the most while we're out, okay? I'm doing the most. And you've already told me, Ashley, calm down, chill out. calm down. You're doing too much. And if I'm still doing the rah-rah and something happens to me, I'm not expecting you to come and save me, because you know what? You gave me a warning shot already. That's like me and you, big brother. If you have told me, Ashley, I need you to chill out. You don't need nothing else to drink. I'm just gonna say let's just say I've been drinking. And you say, Ashley, you know how you get when you've had too many drinks. We've been out before, we've hung out. You need to chill out. And if you've given me that warning shot, you've already fired this rubber bullet at me, and you said, Ashley, you need to chill out. And if I'm still doing the extra and the rah-rah, I'm not going to look to you to save me, because you have already told me, Ashley, you need to chill out. You're doing too much.
Also, I've already attempted to protect you.
There you go.
And you threw that protection away.
There we go. There we go. Bingo. That's exactly my point. Because I've disregarded your shield of protection. I've pretty much I've basically told you, F you in your protection. That's basically what I've said to you. So now I'm in a situation, and now I'm begging you to help me. But you've already tried to help me. So who am I really going to be mad at, me or you? You're on mute. Oh, okay. So, diplomat. Okay.
All right, you on, bro? Hold on.
So, I am a YouTube fan. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I indulge in
Can't even hear me. Okay, he dropped out, but he's coming back in. But that's, like I say, my thing is, a lot of people don't want to be held accountable for their actions. If a person has already told you you're doing too much, you need to relax, that's their warning. That's like Big Brother Will said, that's their shield of protection. That's their shield. So if you disregard, yeah, I can hear you. So if you disregard that shield of protection, you're on your own. Stop looking for someone to save you from a situation that you created. But see, the reason that a lot of people are oh my gosh, y'all are just bash, y'all are victim blaming, is because you're not trying to hold this woman accountable for this fictitious story that she has brought. That she has made. This is a fictitious story. No one's denying the fact that she got hit in the face with a brick, but the circumstances surrounding was fictitious. Go ahead, brother.
Make sure you can hear him. Go start talking and see if she can hear you, brother.
Yep, that's the one. Great.
Yeah, she said you good. Go ahead.
All right, then. I like to present the people with a personal. So, what I would present to them, if you had your son, but you want him to try to go get every woman that got into a problem with their woman. Those situations tend to be the most dangerous situations, because like a love lorn situation. So if you get involved in trying to save someone, I've watched somebody get sad. So a lot of people do back off and tend to only protect their loved ones, their family, which makes a lot more sense to try to protect everybody, because you don't know what's going to get you. You know what I mean?
And it's facts, because the thing is, if you ever talk to any police officers, they'll tell you a DV situation is the most volatile situation, they really don't like to go into those situations because they don't know what they're going to end up getting. What's going to end up happening with that? Because the temper's already high. You know, got two people that are already going against each other. They've been at each other probably all day, and there's a whole cycle of abuse sometime. So yeah, we're not equipped as men. We're not equipped to deal with those situations. We're not cops. We're not psychiatrists or anything like that. So they're asking us to do something that the professionals don't even want to do, really.
Right, exactly. And I could understand if it was your brother out there. So blame a whole community of men for a situation that a lot of them don't even know what's happening. It's like beyond. There's a lot more information coming out now that I didn't know. Like her video, her snapping the white man, and twerking like 2 seconds later. I think what we need to do is independently blame the people that do what they do now. If somebody does something bad, you cannot blame a whole group of people for that one person's action.
He is preaching facts, because when you encounter these domestic violence situations, a lot of times people have a history of this. And police have come to the residents multiple times. They, have told them separate. They end up getting back together. So police at that point are like, why do you keep calling us if you're just gonna keep going back?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I'd like to tell y'all a story. Like I said, I watch a lot of videos. I'm probably every fight video, every homicide video. I do a lot of self-protection stuff, protection off of having to still carry.
Mm-hmm.
But there was an occasion where the girlfriend of this guy called her brother because her boyfriend beat him or whatever, right? So of course the brother shows up and starts to fight the guy. So when they fight, during the fight, the guy ends up looking at her brother. The worst part about the story is, even though the guy was in jail, she stayed with the guy after the brother had passed away. So it's like you're putting people in a position where death could be involved, and you're still going back to the guy. And it's like that type of shit deters me. One part stuff. That type of thing, it deters me, especially from doing anything for sometimes even your own family members. Sometimes it's not just about being blood. Like, if you know you have a really crazy cousin that goes out, robs, steals, does all kinds of crazy shit, you can't put yourself in this position. Because I also have a child. You know what I mean? I have somebody to live with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm agreeing with him, because it's like you don't value that person's life. It's almost, and it's like you feel, and I say this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. We as Black women, we take y'all Black men for granted. We feel like y'all are indispensable to us. We don't value y'all, and some of y'all don't value us. But I want to love the ones that do value and appreciate and think logical in these situations. I think the most disheartening diplomat about this situation are the Black women that are still not holding this woman accountable. Even though the truth is coming out, they're still on live bashing Black men. Oh, this is what y'all do, and this, and you wonder why we don't mess with Black men. We're going over to white men. So you're going over to the oppressor as if that's any better. But that's a whole nother conversation. But I'll run down that rabbit hole on another episode. But you act like white men are not unaliving us. So go ahead, babe.
When it's almost like brainwashing. Like, I don't want to do all this for the racist aspect of everything, but some people, even with the whole situation of the guy with women, the guy that was getting jumped by the white people, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of guys that was like, well, why did all those people have to jump those people? Like, how are you not seeing what happened? Like, people will blatantly be ignorant, so it benefits that group of people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, there's no saving those people. I think what we need to do is find a niche of people that actually agree with us, and maybe find a couple of the people that are teetering on the, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Get them to gravitate to us. I think we can only save the people that are meant to be saved at this point. Because there's literally no talking to them.
Yeah.
There's no logic. It's only emotion. And they're moving off of Black woman power. What's the believe all women?
Believe all women. Mm-hmm.
We have to get statistics. We have to get more information. It's like going to court. You can't just say that someone's guilty before they even get to court and prove their innocence. You know what I mean? So I think the only thing we can do is change people that want to be saved. We can tell who wants to be saved, who can't, who doesn't want to.
I agree. I'm with him. Again, I'm not upset at the Black men that questioned the validity of the story, because there were some Black men that said, well, we're just going to wait and get some more information before we rush to make judgment. But it's like, now it's coming out. A lot of people are backpedaling. A lot of people are still, oh, woman, hear me roar. This. Hold her accountable for this fictitious story that she came up with, for why she was hit. She didn't deserve it. I'm not saying that by no means. But I need you women to hold this woman accountable. Stop being her cheerleader. Stop advocating for the foolery. Because this is what y'all seem to do, because y'all want us Black women to stick together. I'm going to stick with what's right. Let me say that. I'm going to go with, and I'm going to stick with what's right. Black, white, purple, green, or indifferent. I'm for the truth and not a lie.
Because I'm going to link, I'm going to leave it in 1 second, but I'm going to send a link to a video I want y'all to see. Mm-hmm. It's about the same topic. It's just to show what happens before you get all the information and how you could be helping the problem rather than helping solve it. Because like you said earlier, the biggest worry is the cry wolf. You don't need her to be over-exaggerating the situation when there are really people out there being abused that need help. Because now, if they hear a Black woman cry about the situation, people are not going to believe it. Some people are going to say, oh, here we go again. Another story. We have to get the whole story first for real. And maybe it's just the thing that we get the story and the fact first before we just jump to a conclusion by hearing the first story from the whole. So I'm going to send you guys a link, and it shows where a guy is advocating for her before he even gets off the information. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you guys letting me know, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate you coming through. All right, peace.
Thank you. But Diplomat, salute to you, brother, because he said exactly what we talk about. Because we're always quick to jump, always quick to pull the trigger before we even know what target we're aiming at. Now that all this is coming, all this is starting to unfold, now you're seeing these lives on TikTok where people are backpedaling. The same people that were like, oh yeah, y'all Black men, y'all just hate Black women and it. But now some of them are backpedaling. Some of them are like, she wrong for that. She never should have did that. She should have. Y'all should have waited. That's why I waited to jump on a live. I waited to partake in conversations, because there's always there's always going to be more to a story. And once I started to see all this stuff unfold, I was like, Same way with the car lot situation. I told y'all that girl was lying. I had people ready to tussle with me in the comments because I said the girl was lying. Well, Ashley, how are you going to tell me that I don't know? And I lost a niece who was missing that got no media coverage. So I'm the last person for anybody to sit and say that I hate Black women, that I bash Black women. No, I just hold you accountable and you don't like that because I'm making you look in the mirror and own these rainstorms that you created, and now you're mad because you can't get an umbrella. That's your problem. You need to fix that. You ladies need to stop. We as ladies, as Black women, we need to start conducting ourselves like women. We need to stop with this rah-rah, oh, I don't need a man, all this bull. And then when you in a situation, now you need to call this man. Y'all can't have both sides of the coin. You can either have heads or tails, baby. You can't have both. It don't work that way. It does not work that way. It absolutely does not work that way. And it's disheartening and it's sickening to me. And like diplomats say, there are real true victims out here that anytime something happens with us, they're going to question everything now. We're going to be questioned. Everything. We're going to be, he said, have we ever tried going live on TikTok? Yeah, we were live last night. I don't know, brother, are we going to move it? Are we going to move this over to TikTok tonight or what we doing?
Up to 4 o'clock. I had to get up at 6. Hell no.
Yeah, I know it. Look, because I was up and no, I had to get up. I get up early because I get my meditation on and everything. Diplomat. Follow me on TikTok. I'm under the same name. I want to pull you into some other conversations that I'm gonna bring to TikTok. I want to pull you into some conversation. Follow me, and I'm gonna follow you back. I promise you. Because I want to pull you in. I want to. I want to put a male panel together. Let's bring this part to a close because I want to jump on something else really quickly. So, brother, we're gonna dead this conversation. Yes, I'm under the same name, Black Girl Interrupted. I'm under the same name on TikTok. I'm gonna end this segment because I just want to go into something else real quick and we're gonna end the live. But I'm gonna say this to you women. Women, keep your hands to yourself. Start conducting yourself like women and stop acting like animals out here in the streets. Stop provoking situations and knocking on people's doors and not expecting an answer. By no means do I victim shame because, again, I'm a survivor. I'm no longer a victim. I'm a survivor, okay? Victimization gets y'all attention, and that's what a lot of you women are out here searching for is attention. You need to heal yourself because that's a real true sickness of the things that women out here do for likes and views. And you don't care who you hurt along the way. You don't care whose life you destroy, as long as you win, as long as you come out victorious, as long as you come out unscathed. I want y'all to stop doing it. I want y'all to stop contributing to the division amongst Black men and Black women because we are stronger when we're together. Y'all saw how beautifully we looked August the 5th, 2023 in Montgomery, Alabama. I really want us to get on the same page. If we can collaborate on rap songs and tubing movies, let's start collaborating and move together in real life because we're stronger in numbers. Do you realize we would be unstoppable if we could be on one page? But unfortunately, there's some leeches out here that still want to live under the white man's thumb and keep us divided. I advise you to seek some type of mental help. I advise you to get some type of therapy. I advise you to get some type of medication because I'm sick of it. But one thing this Black woman is going to do, I'm going to always stand on the front line for my Black man, and I'm going to stand on the front line for my Black woman. I'm going to hold both of y'all accountable, black man and black woman. I'm gonna hold y'all accountable. But just know that I'm gonna do it with love, baby. I'm not gonna do it to tear you down. I'm not gonna do it to make you feel less than. I'm gonna chastise you with love and trust and believe. I'm not gonna do it in front of the tapioca Taliban. That's one thing I'm not gonna do. Because I'm not gonna keep contributing to the slave master mentality. And I'm gonna end it on that one. So what I want to do, brother, is I really want to put a panel together. I really want to get some beautiful. I really want to get all my beautiful black men together. Because Mental Health Awareness Month, even though it's already passed, I believe Suicide Awareness Month is coming.
Okay.
And I want just a space with black men. I want to be the only black woman in there. I don't want any black women on this panel. I want black men.
Okay.
I just want to moderate.
Well, you could do it on my space, and I just let you have the helm because the men they're following me, so they'll come.
Cool.
They'll come.
Cool. Because I need to let my black men know I love you, even when the world does not. I want to let y'all know that y'all are worthy, y'all are appreciated, and I'm gonna get on y'all when y'all are wrong. But I need a space. I got to get my black men together. I have to. I need to love on y'all. I really, truly do. I need to love on y'all. I need to hug y'all. I need to let y'all know that I got y'all. Because some of y'all black men don't hear that. Y'all do not. Y'all are always portrayed in negative connotations. Black men are suffering in silence when it comes to depression, when it comes to mental illness, when it comes to suicide. Black men suffer alone. There's multiple resources for black women, but never any for black men. And I need to be the change for that. I need to bring about the change for black men. You let me know, brother, when you're ready to do this, but I'm ready because I'm tired of the negative connotation. They never show y'all in black, they never show black men in positive light. We always see the bad. I'm ready to show the good. I'm ready to show the good. And I don't want no black women on the stage because I do not want some of these toxic black women to come and piss on our parade because some of y'all are sick and really truly need some help. Because I need some of you black women to take accountability for the reason some of our black men are the way that they are, okay? And don't forget, black women, hey, we're going to hold the black men accountable too. But right now, I need to pour into my black men. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour into my black men. Y'all need it right now. Y'all definitely need it. Tyree Nichols' trial is coming up. The trial in the attempted murder of Ralph Yarl, that is coming very soon. It's a lot of things that are coming. Again, suicide is the third cause of death amongst black men. But I want to hold a space, a safe space, okay, for my black men to have their healing moment. And I'm not going to let a pissy, ashy, toxic woman come and interject in that. I'm putting it out there right now. I'm letting you know. So we're going to put that together. Diplomat, Big Brother Will, he said, cool. He said he's looking me up right now. Sis says this is definitely conversations that need to be had with an open mind for men and women. It's time we hold each other accountable for all fucked up actions. It's time for some hard truths. And Diplomat, I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna follow you back. I promise. And he said there's nothing wrong with holding each other accountable, and we're gonna do it in the safest space. No disrespect. I'm gonna let it be known. No disrespect will be tolerated. Any disrespect, you're out of there. Period. Because we're tired. We're not doing this anymore for the cauliflower community. We're not doing this anymore because they love to sit in our spaces and love to watch us attack each other. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. So I want to do that real soon, maybe in the next week. I have my show Friday. So any day next week, I'm ready to put it together. Let's get some men together, find out what their schedules are, when they're available, and let's make it happen. We may want to start it early, because I think this might run for a long time. But I want to do that because, like I said, I believe Suicide Awareness Month is coming soon. But I really want to have that conversation. I do.
All right, I'll get it together and yeah, I'll put a video out. Just asking men about their mental health and see who replies, and whoever replies, I'll hit them up and tell them that that's the plan.
Absolutely, let's do it, and it's going to be a safe space. Of course, we're all going to have rules. We have to be mindful with the things we say because we don't want TikTok to kick us, even though they let the unseasoned chicken section say whatever they want and run rampant on TikTok. They let them do whatever they want, but I really want us to have a beautiful space, even if we have to do it on a Saturday when we have a little more time, because I think through the week is a little difficult for everybody because we have to get up in the morning, go to work. So I would love to do it on a Saturday. I would love to do it maybe a Friday, maybe a Saturday. I would love to do that. But let's make that happen. Let's get just black men only. I don't want no women. I don't want no ashy women. Not yet. Not yet. And that's a joke, ladies. But I really truly do. I want just the fellas. I really do. Because I don't see it enough. I don't see it enough. When I do see black men, they're attacking each other. I want us to be the change that the world sees. And we can only do it one space at a time. So if that's what I want to do. And I would love to do it in your space. I would be honored to do it in the black male space. Hopefully that will convince you to come back. And I say that wholehearted. I say that with tears. I really truly want to see you come back in that space. I do. Because you were helping a lot of people. You don't know it, but you were.
Well, I still do it. I just don't do it as much. I just moved it over TikTok. So the thing is that while I'm doing certain things TikTok, it'll give me content to save to bring it over there even when I decide to do it. I'll have more content with more interaction with people. Because see, I can have more interactions versus on the side of YouTube.
Even if you stream the conversation from, I just would love to see that come back. I don't see it enough. And I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see my kings sit at a table and have healthy dialogue and conversation. I'm just ready for that. And I really want us to be the change for that. I really do. So I'm not going to get emotional. I promise I'm not.
Just for you, I'll try to put something together next month or the end of this month or whatever. Just to kind of whatever, because I when I tried to do that ADHD out with my sister, I had to go through passwords. We had to try to figure out because a lot of my stuff was locked out, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to figure that out to see what I can access. So, and I might end up having to do a whole new thing because
I was just about to say that. That might be what you're gonna have to do. You may just have to just start from scratch and just rebuild. But yeah, I saw you live, and I was like, why my notification didn't pop up? But it's cool. It's cool. I went back and I watched it, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Always. But another note, as we bring Black Girl Interrupted podcast to a close, I do want to let y'all know Black Girl Interrupted will now only be streaming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I am actually coming away from streaming on Facebook, where I will totally be moving over to YouTube. That'll probably be sometime next month. Because I'm still working on a release date for the Black Carpet Experience. I have a couple of people lined up that are ready to be interviewed, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. So I will keep y'all posted, but as of right now, I will still stream to YouTube as well as to Facebook. But eventually, I'm going to totally move all the way over to YouTube. Facebook does just a little too much censoring. YouTube does as well, but I may just eventually move everything over to TikTok. We'll see. But next Tuesday, again, Black Girl Interrupted will now be going live on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, still the same time, but just different days because football season has started. And y'all know I have to Mondays, Thursdays, Sundays.
Yeah.
I can't be with y'all. I got to be watching some football. I don't care if the Saints are playing or not. I got to be tuned into somebody football on Thursday nights. But I still will be Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch me. I'm on all streaming platforms. I am actually now streaming to Israel. I was like, what? Okay, Black Girl Interrupted. You made some moves, girl. Next week, next Tuesday, next Wednesday, I will be talking about femicide. Or this will like be a continuation, but I'm rolling into the femicide. Again, we are seeing Black women being unalived at alarming rates at the hands of their boyfriends and husbands. So I do want to talk about that as well. I will start doing my power hours, my empower hours is what I'm going to start calling them. I will start doing that where I may just jump on for a few moments. But next Tuesday, next Wednesday, it will be a part 1 and a part 2 where I will be addressing femicide. And the website is down. We actually had to move to a whole nother platform for the website. So I'm in the process of getting my website rebuilt professionally. Because the current platform I was on was just doing a tad bit too much, and there were certain things we could put on there and certain things we couldn't. So I've moved over to a whole new platform. So I'm hoping to have the website up and running by the end of the month. But next Tuesday, next Wednesday, part 1 and part 2, we will be addressing femicide. I will be letting y'all know when we will be hosting the space on TikTok. Again, only Black men. I don't want Black women on this panel because this is going to be a space dedicated specifically for the male. For Black men, that's it.
You come through and listen so you can get some information.
Absolutely. So on that note, do you have anything you want to say before I bring it to a close? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, brother. If y'all are in Houston, don't forget, I will be at Club Exhale. Let me go back and let me post the flyer real quick. Did I bypass it? Here we go. Let me make it a little bigger. All right, here we go. So this Friday, if you are in the Houston area, y'all pull up to Exhale. It's Club Exhale. I will actually be a guest speaker. I'm actually one of the special guests. I will be this is a community celebration. Lady D actually got a proclamation today in Houston. And she's helping me so I can work to get my proclamation here in Houston for Black Girl Interrupted. But again, if you are in the Houston area, I don't know if you can really see the address, but the address is 13711 Westheimer Road here in Houston, Texas. From 7 to 9, it will be a kid-friendly event from 7 to 9, and then after 9 o'clock, it will be adults only. There will be artists performing. It'll be different vendors there. Very excited for this. This is a major thing for the Black Girl Interrupted podcast. Again, I told y'all these last 4 months are very personal, and I'm all about bringing about change and making Black Girl Interrupted the forefront. So again, y'all come support your girl. Let's push this event because we're really trying to shoot and do this again next year. And hopefully next year, I will be receiving my proclamation here in Houston. So again, if you're in the Houston, y'all come out, support your girl. All love is appreciated. On another note, I want to say thank y'all. I love y'all so much for always pulling up and showing your girls some love. Thank y'all for the beautiful interactions that we have each and every episode. I'm deeply humbled by all the people that come and show up and give me buku love. And I'm going to let Big Brother Will close it out.
Well, I'm just going to say I'm brief. I'm going to be brief. But it's okay, right? We were talking about the sisters, how they are backpedaling now, and it's okay. It's okay to be wrong in a situation because it's one of the things that hits your emotions. You know, it touches you in a certain way, and it's okay that it does that because you're human. You're supposed to feel something. But the problem I think a lot of men are having, and it would mean so much to a lot of men, is that when we find out the truth to these situations, that you just don't just be quiet. You know, you just go be quiet and just, okay, let me wait for the next thing to go along. No, address the situation. You know what? We were wrong about black men. We were wrong about this situation, and you know, we want to apologize. Yeah, that goes a long way. Just apologizing by um just downing black men as a whole, gender, as a whole, as a whole, just black men as a whole. Just apologize for that. You know what? We need to start really looking at black men uh case by case basis as an individual, because women hate when men look at them as a whole, right?
Right.
Black, y'all hate that shit. Y'all hate when we look at y'all as monolith. So if y'all would try to do that to black men, like not use them use every situation as a reason to look at men as a monolith, and just say, okay, well, this black man is the problem, and men like him is the problem. That would be awesome, and I think a lot of black men would stop doing what they're doing as far as on the verbal attack online. You know, it would further things as far as bridging our gap and bridging the divide that we have in our community. And I even though I do a lot of stuff, like I like to poke at stuff on my content, I'll show stuff because I try to, because the way they view black men, like everything they do on black men is pointed towards the negative. So it puts me on a defense where I have to say, okay, look, here's the other side of the coin. You always showing this side of the coin. Here's the other side of the coin. We see black men doing it. We hit it all day long, but look, we got black women doing the same stuff. Right. We got black women doing it, yeah, but we got black women. So as we have less and less women trying to do this stuff, I think you'll start to see men start to really come to the table and be like, you know what? Yeah, we don't feel attacked no more. So we're not going to put our walls up. We're not going to go on defense. We're not going to go on attack. So, and it's been, ladies, if ladies don't know, it's been 50 something years that black men have been under attack in our community, as far as in media, in our community. Now, if you want to talk about all over in media, we've been under attack since 1915 with Birth of a Nation film that was showed in the White House. So it's been a long time that black men have been like feeling like everywhere we look, we're just
scrutinized.
Yeah, we've been scrutinized everywhere we look. Like, you cannot escape that shit, and that's a heavy weight to carry when you go out into the world and you see people look at you a certain way, or you go past somebody and women start locking their doors and shit, and hurts, and yeah, or it's a heavy weight to carry when you know you're not that type of black man.
Or you're judged based off of the actions of someone else that they may have saw on TV, or maybe someone else that they've encountered. And we see that far too often. And I'm with you. It all comes down to a conversation where we're able to sit down, and we as black women, we don't never like to apologize because we don't feel like we're ever wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an issue. That's an issue to me. But if you don't have anything to say, brother, we love y'all. Big brother, it's always a pleasure. When I told Big Daddy you were coming on the show, he was like, "Where he been?" Like, that's the first thing he said was, "Where you been?" I was like,
"Shout out, brother."
I will let him know. I will tell him, because he was really looking forward to your podcast. He was.
Well, shout out to the brother. I'm gonna try to get better about it. I just have to. I think it's a lot of work I'm doing on TikTok, and I'm reaching a lot of men. So I like to go do things where my energy has the most effect. That's what it is. It's like I get a ton of first of all, I get a ton of damn DMs from guys. It's like, it's overwhelming kind of, because I never I didn't suspect that I was gonna get this kind of reception when I went over there. And how I got how I got the TikTok, right? Do you know how I got the TikTok? Like, who convinced me?
Who?
It was one of my followers, Heidi, chick from Canada. She was a feminist, and we went back and forth a while with this whole, because she was trying to prove feminist and this, and I was telling the whole history of feminism in the black community, and we had a week-long DM conversation, to where she was like, one day she said, I get it now. She said, you need to go over to TikTok because people are talking about stuff like that on TikTok. And I never really got it until you made me see it. And I think you'll do well over there. So I'm like, TikTok, that's for kids. And then she sent me a link. And I'm looking and and I sit there and listen to live. I'm like, oh shit, I need to be over here. And that's how I got TikTok. So,
But
it's
I'm
like,
proud of you. I'm proud of you. Whenever I see you live, I always try to jump in. Even if it's late at night, I be in the bed and let me go in here and see what Deanna talking about. But I always come in to support and show love because it's always reciprocated with you. And I think I may start doing a little more over there on TikTok. Because I've been pushed there like, girl, go over there, and but I'm just like, I don't know, but I watch you, so I may take heed to that and maybe start streaming. Maybe when I'm doing one of my episodes, maybe go have TikTok going at the same time and just kind of and see how I just go from there. But I'm a woman hater. I'm a woman hater, as people have told me. I'm a woman hater, and I should lick pussy and stay. That's what I was told in my DM. I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
hey, I got my first I'm not gonna say it was a death threat, but it was like you need to go somewhere and just it wasn't they was threatening me. They were just telling me kind of politely that I need to go somewhere and not be breathing no more, some kind of way, So I'm like, well, I might be doing something right.
And you are. They always say, the higher you go, the higher you elevate, the harder the devil fights to attack. The harder the attack is from the devil. So anybody that feels that you're not, I think you do. You have beautiful conversations. I come in and I learn a lot from you. So I thank you for educating me, for learning me something, because you've really changed my perspective and way of thinking on a lot of situations. So my view is different now because now I'm looking at it from both sides of the coin instead of just one. So thank you for learning your girl. So what they say, you're learning me something. You're learning me something. You done learned me something. But we love you guys. I gotta talk to my brother offline, but I hope everyone has a beautiful week. Oh yes, football starts tomorrow night.
Yep.
I think it's who is it? The Giants and the Steelers. I think tomorrow night or something like that. But anyway, we play Sunday. No one cares about anyone but the Saints. But anyway, football starts tomorrow night. So I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. Y'all stay safe. I will see y'all Tuesday night. Don't forget to mask up because, baby, them COVID cases is on the rise. Wash your hands, wash your ass, and, baby, y'all stay the hell away from me because I do not want strand 3285. I don't want that. Y'all stay way over there with that. Stay over there with your nastiness. But really though, but I love you guys. God bless y'all. Again, I will see y'all Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. Again, don't forget to follow Black Girl Interrupted. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, baby. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment to Black Girl Interrupted. But on that note, I love y'all, and I will see y'all Tuesday. And don't forget, who that?
Peace.
We out of here.